Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my pregame of the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Washington football team. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Now let's kick it off with the injury report for the Seattle Seahawks. Now, all these players are out for this game: Travis Homer, Jamarco Jones, and Phil Haynes. Both Haynes and Jones having groin injuries, and Homer having a knee injury. All players will be out. Hopefully they get back to 100% for their Rams game next week, and hopefully that it's not injuries that actually end their season, hopefully, especially for Travis Homer. But I don't think that groin injuries really take them out for that long, so hopefully they all get back to 100% and come back fully healthy. Up next, we got Carlos Dunlap, Brandon Shell, Demarius Randall, and Jason Stanley. Now, Stanley had a shoulder injury, Shell had an ankle injury, and both Dunlap and Randall had foot injuries. All these players are questionable. I do think that Dunlap will be playing, so will Randall and Stanley. I think Shell will be the only one not to play, but also don't count out that Randall might also not play. But out of all players, I think Brandon Shell is the most likely not the one that is going to play this week for the Seattle Seahawks against the Washington football team. Now we have Carlos Hyde, Dwayne Brown, Ryan Neal, Mike Iupati, Chris Carson, Cedric Abue, Will Dissly, Kyle Fuller, Freddie Swain, DJ Reed, Jamal Adams, Colby Parkinson, Jaron Reed, and DK Metcalf, all injured, but possible to play. Now, these injuries, understandable for Hyde and Carson, who have had injuries throughout the year, but they're most likely going to play. Brown's most likely going to play. Neal's probably going to play. Mike's probably going to play. Cedric might, but I think that he might be rested this week. Will Dissly will play. Fuller will probably not play, as he's going to be the backup. Freddie Swain most likely will play. So will DJ Reed. Jamal Adams definitely, in my opinion, will play. Colby might be rested, and Jaron Reed will not, and DK Metcalf will be playing. I think that Seattle's injuries is the reason why Seattle has a bad defense, and the reason why Seattle's struggling sometimes on offense. Because honestly, you take away offensive lineman from Wilson, even though he's never had a good offensive line in his career, like, this is the best he's ever had, and he put up an MVP-like season beginning the year. And I think that the injuries is really what's killing Seattle this year. Now let's get on to the Washington football team injury report. Now let's kick it off with the players who are out: Kevin Pierre-Louis, Cole Holmcomb, and officially ruled out Alex Smith. Alex Smith had a calf injury. He will not be playing for this game. Neither will Kevin Pierre-Louis, who had an ankle injury, and Cole, who had a concussion. Now hopefully all these guys get back and ready to play. Honestly, hope that Alex Smith actually gets to come back, because honestly, I think Alex Smith is the comeback player of the year. Even though he's not going to play in this game, I think Alex Smith definitely deserves it, but watch out for Ben Roethlisberger in that perspective. Now, for players who are doubtful, there's only one: Antonio Gibson, their best running back. And honestly, he has been lights out for the Washington football team. And I think that he will be playing. Even though he's listed as doubtful, I think that he does have a chance to play. Now we have unsure players like Thomas Davis Sr., Peyton Barber, and Jonathan Allen. Allen having an ankle injury, Allen having a groin injury, Barber with an ankle injury, and a non-injury related is for Thomas Davis. And honestly, I think that the only one that will not be playing out of those is Thomas Davis, due to him having a non-injury related issue. That is the reason why he will not be playing. In my opinion, I think Barber and Allen will both be ready for the Washington football team. But honestly, Washington, they don't have a good team this year, even though they have been winning some games. But they don't have a good enough team to actually make a difference in the playoffs. Maybe next year, the Washington football team will be better. Let's get on to the starting rosters of each team. And on the Seahawks side, we got Russell Wilson at QB, running backs Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde, Nick Beller at fullback, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and David Moore at receiver, Will Dissly at tight end, Dwayne Brown and Brandon Shell, and if he doesn't play, it will be Cedric Abue at tackle, And guards, we got Mike Iupati and Damian Lewis and Ethan Pakic at the center position. Now, I think the offense is good. I think we can do good with this offense. And honestly, even if Shell doesn't play or not, I think that we can stop those defensive ends of the Washington football team. I think we can stop the defensive tackles from doing anything. And honestly, I do think that Seattle's going to dominate on offense. Now, on defense, we have LJ Collier and Carlos Dunlap. And if Dunlap doesn't play, Ben Semayoa will take his place. They both play defensive end. Now, Jaron Reed will be playing at defensive tackle with Puna Ford. Linebackers will be Jordan Brooks and KJ Wright on the outside. And in the middle, you got Bobby Wagner. And then you get on the corner, Shaquille and DJ Reed. And then you get at free safety, Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams at free safety. Honestly, I think that these guys should get the job done. I think against Dwayne Haskins, we have it. We have it in the bag. But don't count out to Dwayne Haskins because he could do something. But I don't see Dwayne Haskins really doing that well against Seattle. Now, on the special teams, we got Jason Myers at kicker, Michael Dixon at punter. On the kickoff return, we got Freddie Swain and DJ Reed. While on the punt return, we got David Moore, DJ Reed, and Tyler Lockett. Now, I think that this is going to be good. We're going to be good. Put Jason Myers in field goal range or put him in the extra points. He's going to do it. He's going to make it. He's going to do good. Michael Dixon, give him the chances every time we have to punt. He'll do the job, and he'll put them far back that they're going to have to fight like 80-some yards to get to the end zone. Now let's get on to the Washington football team. At quarterback, they're going to go with Haskins as Smith is out. J.D. McKissick and Antonio Gibson will be the running backs. Terry McLaurin, Steven Sims Jr., Dontrell Inman, and Cam Sims will be the possible 4 wide receivers. Maybe Isaiah Wright gets to be the 4th wide receiver. Who knows? Logan Thomas will be the tight end. Jaron Christensen Sr. and Morgan Moses will be there at the tackle position. Guards, Wes Schweitzer and Brandon Scherf, and Chase Rollier as the center. Now, I think this offense could do something, but I think that it's going to be Haskins that is going to let this team down. But I still think that it could also go good if they actually give it off to Antonio Gibson and he does something amazing. Now on defense, at defensive ends, we got Chase Young and Montez Sweat. And defensive tackles, Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen. Linebackers, both of their outside linebackers are out. Thomas Davis will most likely be out. So they're going to have to put Sean Dean Hamilton and Khalil Leckett Hudson. Probably butchered that name. Like I butchered a bunch of these names. But those guys will probably go up and replace these guys. Maybe Jared Norris gets in there. But then at corners, we got Kendall Fuller and Ronald Darby. And safeties, DeShazer Everett and strong safety Karen Curl. And honestly, I think this defense is going to be very lacked, as the losses of their 2 outside linebackers is really going to hurt them a lot. Especially Kevin Pierre-Louis. And honestly, I think Kevin Pierre-Louis is a decent linebacker. And honestly, besides John Bostic, I think it's one of their best linebackers. And honestly, I think that the Washington football team really needs to work on their defense, especially because of these injuries. On special teams, we got Dustin Hopkins and Tress Way. Danny Johnson and Steven Sims Jr. and Isaiah Wright are the kickoff returners. And on the punt return, we got Steven Sims Jr. and Danny Johnson and Isaiah Wright. Now, honestly, I think that they're going to be all right with the return game. I think they're going to be doing well, but I don't think that it's enough to win. Now, what is my conclusion for this game? I think that the Seattle Seahawks will take the win 23-21. I think it's going to come down to a game-winning field goal from Jason Myers to win the game for the Seattle Seahawks. I think that Seattle's offense might lack this week, but the defense might keep us in the game. I know we beat the lowly Jets last week, but honestly, I think that the defense that we have right now could compete against Dwayne Haskins and that offense. Honestly, I think that the Washington football team is a very good team out of the bad teams. Like, good for a bad team. But going up against the Seahawks, I don't think that they will have a chance. But 23-21 is my prediction for this game. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Tell me in the comments below who's going to win, who's going to lose, who's your favorite player on each team, and who do you support in this game. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.